Hello everyone, welcome to Universal Group of Institutions, Bangalore. So in the previous videos, we have talked about plate boundaries, plate tectonic theory, earthquake explained. Now all these are basically continent drift theory. We have started from the geomorphology that is helpful for your UPSC mains as well as prelims preparations. And as if you talk about any competitive examination, be it bank, SSC, GK, general knowledge based or geography examinations, this particular series, this playlist will help you in clear the doubts. To build the fundamentals, these are very important because we are taking from fundamentals to the advanced level in these particular videos. Fine. So today we will talk about major and minor plates of the world. Okay. In the previous video, I've already talked about what is the plate tectonic theory and what was the plate boundaries. In this particular video, we will talk about the major plates of the world. In the next one, we will talk about the minor plates of the world. Okay. So, if as you can see the globe itself, these are some of the major plates: Pacific plate, North American plate, South African plate, Eurasian plate, Indo-Australian plate. Okay, these are some of the major, or we can say South African plate. These are some of the major plates of the world. Okay, as you can see in the animations also that the whole world is covered with the tectonic plates basically. Okay, that's how the continental drift started. But now, as the technology advances, we came to know about these important plates. Okay, and these are the and the others are the minor plates. So the first major tectonic plate in the world is Antarctica and the surrounding oceanic plates surrounded by the divergent boundaries. In my previous videos, I talked about convergent, divergent, and transform. Convergent means two plates are colliding. Divergent means two plates are moving apart. Transform means nobody is going down, nobody is going apart. It is transforming. That's why it is called conservative boundary. So Antarctica and the oceanic plates are surrounded by divergent plate boundaries. Like, can you see the arrows here? These are going apart from each other. Means this particular plate boundary is divergent plate boundary. Okay. Again, you can see in Antarctica here, the two plates are moving apart from each other. So these are the Antarctica plate is surrounded by the various divergent plate boundaries. This is our first major plate boundary. Second is North American plate. So North American plate is, this is our North American plate. This plate is shifting westward. Westward is this direction. It is shifting westward by the velocity of 4 to 5 centimeter per year. And this particular plate is half oceanic, half continental. What does this mean? Means this Northern American plate is, this is continental and this one is oceanic. Means convergent, two plates are like this North American plate is a type of transform plate boundary. So Juan de Fuca plate, can you see Juan de Fuca plate and North American plate are colliding with each other, but it is it is transforming. So Juan de Fuca plate is the oceanic plate boundary and North American plate is a continental plate boundary, and these two are colliding and making the transform. That's how the faults form. Okay, this is our second plate boundary, and 4 to 5 centimeter per year it is shifting, drifting westwards. Third important plate is South American plate. So South American plate is also shifting towards west direction. South American plate is also half continental, half oceanic plate. And which is the oceanic plate? The name of oceanic plate is Nazca plate. Nazca, remember that Nazca plate. So Nazca and these have been asked: Juan de Fuca, Nazca plate, Cocos plate. These have been asked in examinations. So please, you have to remember those. This is also shifting westwards at the rate of 3 to 4 centimeter per year. These years, the drifting is also asked in examination. Remember, the fourth important major tectonic plate is Pacific plate. This is the only plate which is truly oceanic. Means these are the Pacific plates. Okay, this is the Pacific plate. This is the 2D diagram. So you can see Pacific two times. Actually, if we cover it like this becomes the Pacific one. So Pacific plate is oceanic boundary. Two or two or more plates are colliding in the Pacific plate. So that's how the Pacific Ocean, that's how the Pacific plate forms. Okay, remember that. And what is the rate of shifting? Pacific plate is shifting northwest direction. This is north, this is our west. So again it is moving toward this direction. Okay, Pacific plate we are talking about. What is the rate? 2 to 3 centimeter per year. Why I'm emphasizing on centimeters? Because it has been asked in examination, in prelims as well in other examinations like UGC NET. The fifth important plate is India, Australia, New Zealand plate. Okay, India, Australia, and New Zealand plate. This particular plate is the next one. In the next important one, earlier we were part. Even India was part of Gondwana. As you can recall, in the continental drift theory, there were two plates. When the Pangaea was drifted to in northward direction, that the part of the land that drifted northward is called this Laurasia or Angara land, and the part that remained in the southern hemisphere, that is called Gondwana land. India was the part of Gondwana land earlier. Then we drifted, then we broke apart from the Gondwana land, and now we are in the Angara land. The Indian and Eurasian plate is colliding. That's how the Himalayas formed. Remember? Fine. The sixth plate is African plate. Okay, these are our African plate. African plate is in news nowadays because of the drifting, because of this part. Okay, this part, eastern part of Africa is drifting apart at a faster rate, and it is assumed that in upcoming centuries or thousands of years, the eastern part of Africa will be colliding with the western coast of India. Okay, that's how the new development have taken place. And the sixth, seventh, and the important is Eurasia and the adjacent oceanic plates. So Eurasian plate is mostly continental plate, and it is shifting eastward at the rate of 2 to 3 centimeter per year. So these all seven are the major tectonic plates of the world. Okay. So if we compare the size of these plates, Pacific plate will be coming at the first position. Okay. Why? The reason is that because Pacific Ocean is the largest ocean in the world. Okay. Second number, North American plate. The continents include USA, Canada, Arctic Ocean, and Atlantic Ocean. These all comes under North American plate. Comes on the second position. Okay, these all are the seven. This major tectonic plates sizes. So in examination question can be asked that which of the following tectonic plate is the largest in area wise. So answer would be Pacific plate. If they ask which is the smallest one, answer would be South American plate. Simple as that. Okay, fine. So let's discuss each major plates in detail. So this particular, till now it's enough for the prelims. Okay, but now this is important for mains, because in mains is subjective paper. You have to write something. You have to write. You need content. So this is the content in front of you. So the first plate is Pacific plate. So Pacific plate is the largest plate. Okay, underlies Pacific Ocean. This is the Pacific Ocean, and this particular plate is under the Pacific Ocean. Okay, and you can see the location of this particular plate. As we can see, this is our North America. So this is North America. Okay, the west coast of North America and the east coast of Japan. This is Japan. So it is, so you can imagine the location now. On North American plate west, and Japan eastward Japan. So this is the location of this our Pacific plate, and this plate forms most of the Pacific Ring of Fire. As you can see, this is the Pacific Ring of Fire. Why this is called Pacific Ring of Fire? Because as you can see in these red color, these all are convergent plate boundaries. And because of the convergent plate boundaries, lot of volcanoes and earthquake happens, and this particular area, this is Pacific Ocean beta. Pacific Ocean. So this full area, 90% of earthquakes as well as volcanoes are occurred in this Pacific Ring of Fire only. So that's why Peru-Chile Trench, Middle American Trench, Aleutian Trench, Kuril Trench, Japan, Izu-Ogasawara, Mariana, Challenger, Philippines, Ryukyu, Java Trench, all these 3 trenches Trenches means this particular Pacific ring of fire is having more of convergent boundary, because ridges formed in at divergent boundaries, trenches formed at convergent plate boundaries. Okay, and rift valleys and all these forms at transform plate boundaries. So the question can be asked regarding the Pacific plate is that which tectonic plate is primarily associated with the ring of fire? Answer would be simple forward. Answer is Pacific plate. So such type of questions can be asked in prelims point of view. Okay. Second is North American plate. So the North American plate, like it does not only contain North America. This is the North America, but also the part of Atlantic Ocean. This Atlantic Ocean is also the part of North American plate only. North American plate doesn't mean only North America. It is part of the, it is Atlantic Ocean is also the part of North American plate. So this plate is extended over the North Pole till North Pole. This is North Pole. Okay, and even that contains Serbia also, Siberia. Okay, these are the like northern islands of some Japan. Okay, also includes Greenland. This is our Greenland. Okay, Cuba and Bahamas. So these are the countries who falls under North American plate. Fine, and the world's largest island is Greenland. This Greenland is very much in news nowadays because American president want to purchase Greenland from the Denmark. So then it falls under Denmark. Remember that. This is the Greenland. And to be surprised, like Greenland is not green and Iceland is not having ice. It's just opposite. Iceland is having greenery and Greenland is not having any vegetation. It's totally ice basically. That's why it is least habitat also. Like very less human beings live there because of the harsh climatic conditions. Okay. So world's largest island. This is USA. USA wants to purchase, this Greenland. Fine. So this interior means like these are the areas that is colliding with each other. Okay. Now this particular orange color, that is called craton basically. So interior of North American plate contains a giant craton. This is our craton. So what exactly is craton? And this is believed to be 4 billion year old. So craton means, see this diagram very carefully students. This is which boundary? This is continental convergent boundary. This is our convergent boundary. Okay. So these are called active margins. These are passive margin. When two plates are moving apart, that is called passive margin. This is active margin. So all these things are happening in left and right direction. What about this one? What will you make out of this? Don't you think this particular area is untouched like billion years ago? Neither they are taking participation in divergent plate boundary, neither they are taking participation in convergent plate boundary. So basically we can say that craton is this particular area is a large ancient stable block of Earth's continental crust only. So they are tectonically inactive, neither they are doing subduction, neither they are going through any divergence. Remember? Okay. So don't you think if nothing is happening, no recycling happening, so don't you think that this particular area, this craton will have some of the oldest rocks? Will you agree with me or not? Yes, definitely. So this particular craton is having the some of the oldest rocks in the world. Okay. And there are in cratons also divided into two parts. Can you see the platform and shield? So this is the craton. Craton is divided into two parts, that is shield and platform. So as you can see this particular yellow color, that is sediments basically, sedimentary rocks. So what is shield? Shield means ancient crystalline rock from here to here at the surface. What are platforms? Platforms are also ancient crystalline surface but covered by, can you see, this is covered by younger sedimentary rocks. This is the difference between platform and shield in the cratons. It can be asked in examination, to be ready for it. So the question that can be asked from North American plate is that the San Andreas fault, located on the western edge of North American plate. What I told you, it was a transform plate boundary, and this type of faults and rift valleys creates, they construct at the divergent plate boundary. So this particular fault in an example of which type of plate boundary? Answer is transform plate boundary. Such type of questions will be asked. Third plate is Eurasian plate. So the Eurasian plate, it consists of whole of the Europe, Russia, and some parts of Asia also. As you can see, this is the Asian part. This particular area is the Asian. This is Europe, okay, and Russia. So this particular plate is sandwiched, as you can see, it is sandwiched between North American plate and African plate and Arabian plate. These are the minor plates. Indian and Arabian is the minor plates, but the major plates are North American plate and African plate. So Eurasian plate is sandwiched between these two plates. The west side, this is the west side, as you can see, the west side has a divergent plate, divergent boundary with North American plate. So this particular plate will have the divergent. As you can see, the arrows are moving apart, means moving apart arrows means it is going divergent, moving apart from each other. And the south side, this is the south side of Eurasian plate, and okay, those are colliding. Arabian plate, Indian plate, it is colliding with the Eurasian plate. So here the convergent plate boundary will happen. That's why the mountains are formed here. Are you getting the point? Okay, fine. Third, so this particular, this particular, when this plate is moving, so it is going through Iceland basically. Okay. So this particular plate is going between the Icelands. As you can see the photo also, it is the Iceland's photo. So when the two plates are moving apart, such type of formation happens, and the rate of this particular divergence is 2.5 centimeter per year. Okay, you have to remember that. Then fourth is African plate. So African plate contains whole the continent of Africa. Can you see this? All the continent of Africa and some half crust of what? Half crust of Atlantic. The same way North America was taking the half of Atlantic Ocean. Same thing. African plate is also containing half of the this Atlantic Ocean. Okay, and the Somali plate. Can you see the Somali plate here? This is Africa, sorry, and this is the Somali plate. So Somali plate is positioned along the East African Rift Zone. This has been asked recently in examination 2025. It is the recent topic that Somali plate, because of the divergence of Somali plate, because of Eastern African Rift, this particular area is drifting towards India. You have to remember that. Okay, fine. The fifth plate is Antarctic plate. So Antarctic plate holds entire continents of Antarctica, including its surrounding ocean crust. Means this is the Antarctica. Along with Antarctica, this full. So this is continental crust. This is ocean crust. It is surrounded by that. And this particular plate is surrounded by African plate, South American plate, Somalia plate, Australian plate, Pacific plate, and Nazca plate. All these plates are surrounding the Antarctic plate. So earlier, this Africa was once, it was the part of supercontinent Gondwana. As you can see, Gondwana. Earlier, South America, Africa, India, Australia, Antarctica, these were the parts of Gondwana land. After that, Antarctica broke apart, and right now it is in the South Pole. And it is estimated that Antarctica's major plates move about 1 centimeter. So these centimeters again you have to remember. So these is the question: which of the following plate does not share a plate boundary with Antarctic plate? Answer would be what? Cocos plate. Okay, because earlier we talked about, right, all these plates are having the boundary, but Cocos name is not there. So Cocos is the right answer. Okay. Now the sixth one, Indo-Australia plate. The Indo-Australia plate is a major plate combining Australia and Indian plate, but they are widely considered as the two separate plates. Indian plate and Australian plate are generally considered as the minor plates, Indian and Australia, but when we combine them, we call them Indo-Australian and major plates. We consider them in the major plates. So the Indo-Australian plate is stretched from Australia to India. This is Australia, this is India. So this full, okay, so this full area, this full plate is called the Indo-Australian plate. That's why it is stretched from Australia to India. So the northeast side of Australian plate converging Pacific. This is the Pacific plate, students. This particular part is converging with like this with the Pacific plate, northeast. This is our northeast area. Okay. So Australia, India, Antarctica, these were once the part of supercontinent Gondwana. As the part of supercontinent cycle, as you can see, India drifted apart from the Gondwana toward northward. Earlier we were also the part of Gondwana, as I already told you. And this particular diagram, you can pause the video and you can check. This is the full. This is what? This is the supercontinental cycle. Okay, fine. The last plate is South American plate. The South American plate is a major plate that includes the continent of South America and a large portion of the ocean from Atlantic Ocean. Okay, this is our South American plate. In the west side, which plate is there? Nazca plate, and Nazca plate is moving towards South American plate. So these are called which boundary? These will be called Convergent plate boundary. Okay, and African plate is also colliding with South American plate. Again, this is called Convergent plate boundary. Okay, and because of this Nazca plate colliding with South American plate, lot of earthquake volcanoes occurs in South American region also. So this is our South American plate. Okay, so I hope you understood the major plates of the world. If you don't, please check this video again. You can start again and you can check out. So these 7 were the major tectonic plates. Now next, these 12, 11, 12 are the minor plates of the world: Arabian, Bismarck, Caribbean, Carolina, Cocos, Juan de Fuca, Nazca, Philippines, Persian, Anatolian plate, China plate, and Fiji plate. So we will talk about this minor lecture in our next lecture. Okay, so stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe the channel for these more interesting geography videos. Not only geography, we also offer all the UPSC subjects which are important, relevant for the examinations like polity, economics, history, okay, current affairs, all these. So stay tuned, okay. And this is the question for you. Discuss the role of major tectonic plates in shaping global geomorphology and their association with natural hazard. Illustrate with examples. So this is important for your KAS and UPSC mains. So you can write this particular answer in a comment box also, or you can send your answer at the UGI Bangalore, our UGI Bangalore Telegram channel also. Okay, so we can review and give you back. Along with that, I would like to announce that we have the KS mains test series going on. So you can purchase at the universalgroupofinstitutions.com. You can visit our on the spot site in the Vijayanagar Bangalore. Okay, so stay tuned. Thank you so much and see you in the next one.